welcome back. So today I wanted to do a video on the new liquid lipsticks. These are $4.99 from Wet n Wild. When I heard these came out, I was so excited. Back in the day, I used to be such a huge fan of Wet n Wild lipsticks. I thought they were super great. They had a lot of great colors. They were really affordable, and a lot of them were dupes. In my past dupe videos that I've tried to dupe MAC lipsticks, a lot of Wet n Wild had equivalent dupes within their collection. So I was pumped when I heard they were coming out with liquid lipsticks that were not drying. So the word on the street was that these were not drying liquid lipsticks. So I picked one up and I tried it out to see what I thought about it, and I fell in love. So then I picked up a few more, and I thought I'd just do a video trying on the colors that I have. Now there are 13 colors in the line, so I only have 5 of them here for you. I picked up some of the neutral shades that I know I will personally wear in my collection. So I wanted to give them a test. I did pick up a darker shade so that I would be able to give that a whirl as well, which I have worn this shade all day, and it was so impressive. So impressive. I couldn't believe the way that it wore all day long, stayed, didn't dry out my lips. They don't like create crinkly lips. Now, my lips aren't the best. They're not the smoothest. They have a lot of lines, and I have a wonky lip line. So, but these apply beautifully. They have like almost like a moussey formula when you apply them, and they dry down matte. They stay, and they don't make my lips feel like they don't crumble up and give you like that scrunched up line on the inner rim. So for $4.99, I figured I'd show you a few colors, give you my personal thoughts on them, which are they are amazing for the price, and they have some really great colors. I found mine at Walgreens was where I found the display. Now it was separate from some of the other Wet n Wild products that have just been released. So if you're going in there to look, I always found mine on like you know how they have those aisles where they have the displays of the newer products? It wasn't on the end cap of where the other Wet n Wild products were that were newer, but it was on a smaller display of just the lip products. Now both of the Walgreens that I got mine from had these types of displays where the lip products were separate. So if you are going in there looking, kind of look around a little bit, because my Walgreens, they actually moved the display from place to place throughout those two kind of like aisles, those two mini aisles when you walk in. This is what the packaging looks like, and it is just like a twist cup. It feels really nice packaging, to be honest. Wet n Wild says it's cruelty free. It feels like really nice packaging. I'm gonna say it reminds me honestly of like a Jeffree Star liquid lipstick as far as packaging goes. It does have that click shut when you screw the top. You can hear like where it like basically will tell you this is shut. Doe foot applicator is really interesting. It has like a divot in it, like a canal, not a canal, like a little type of like you jammed your fingernail in and kind of dug out a little piece of the wand. So that fits really nicely in application on the lips. But it is extremely pigmented, applies very evenly. They did actually, that almost was a tragedy right there. That almost went all the way up my nose. They do not have any type of scent to them. So they don't have any scent at all. I would say, it smells a touch chemically, but not like overpoweringly chemically. But if I were gonna say, there's a little bit, and nothing is completely unscented, I don't think, but if I were gonna say they have like a touch of like a little bit of a chemically scent, but nothing that I think will bother anyone. So I just thought I would try. That color that I swatched on my hand is Rebel Rose. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna swatch them from lightest to darkest, and this one is Cutie Patootie, which is like a nude, an interesting almost like gray beige nude right there. So I'm going to start with this one and swatch it on my lips, and I'm just going to show you really quickly the swatches. This color is probably too nude for me to wear on its own. I would probably either wear it with a lip liner or put it in the center, but this is the first color in Nudie Patootie. What I like about these is they're very creamy when they first go on, but they do start to dry down very quickly. They get like a little bit tacky, and then they're like completely transfer proof at one point. Once they're also dry, if you did want to put on a second layer, especially of this nude shade, I think it's pretty pigmented. It doesn't need 2 layers, but if you did want to go ahead and reapply, if it happened to wear off eventually, if you were eating and drinking, they do apply really nicely on top of each other because they don't ball up like regular ones or get crumbly or peely. So you can just kind of go right on top of it, and they do apply another layer. I know a lot of liquid lipsticks don't apply a second layer very nicely, but this does. So this one is Cutie Patootie. Still a little bit tacky, but I mean, kiss proof, even when it's not fully dry. Nothing comes off. So it's transfer proof, super comfortable. Let's move on to the next shade. I had actually let that dry so much down that I had to use makeup remover, like actual makeup lip remover, to get it off. So it's very long wearing. Next shade, I'm going to swatch Rebel Rose. This is a beautiful mauve pink shade. I love this one. I was very excited for this color. I think this color is gonna be a lot of people's favorite because it's such a wearable like mauve shade. So this shade is Rebel Rose. The applicator, the way that it is, it almost has like that point to it with the divot. It hugs your lip, so it makes application really easy for these. I'm so impressed, and I can't believe they're $4.99. That is a swatch of Rebel Rose. That's Cutie Patootie right there. Next up is this shade. This is called Nudist Peach. It's a really beautiful, basically like peachy shade. I think that this would be good mixed with this nude shade right here to come up with like a little bit more of a pale peachy nude. Okay, this is the first time I've actually tried this shade on. I've worn a few of the others and one of the darker shades. I've worn Rebel Rose before and Cutie Patootie, but I haven't put this Nudist Peach on. I will say the formula is a little bit, I want to say formula is a little bit differently, but the pigmentation, this is a little bit sheer of a pigmentation. This is one that I think would need a second layer. It's kind of already dry on my lips, so I'm going to go on and show you what it looks like just to apply on top of it. Because I can see right down here it's a little bit patchy. So if you would just want to build this one up. So this one builds up nicely. So this is Nudist Peach, but it's definitely, like I said, a little bit more patchy, needs 2 layers to be built up, but it's still a really, really pretty peach color. It's honestly a little bit more subdued on the lips than I thought it was. When I swatched it, I was like, whoa, that's really peach right there. But I wonder if I would put the Cutie Patootie in the center, what that would look like, because this is more of like a taupey brown. Okay, so in the middle of that, my camera died, but I did layer this Cutie Patootie on top of Nudist Peach to come up with this color, which I think is really pretty. This is like a peachy nude. I'd wear it. I really like the color combination. So you can mix and match these. You can mix them together, which this is a great color for mixing because you're going to get that more nude opaque base. Okay, on to a pink shade. This is called Pink Really Hard. That's a cute name. I'm going to swatch this one next to Rebel Rose so you can really, really see the difference. That is Pink Really Hard. This one is really, really pink, but I think it's pretty. I find when I put these on, before they kind of start getting more tacky, like kind of moving your lips together and smoothing out the pigment, really does help. Even in that peach color that I had a little bit of streakiness with, that helped. I like this. This is a little bit brighter of a pink for me. Probably I'd add that Nudie Patootie shade on top of this as well. I wonder what that would look like. Let me try it real quick. I really like that color. I probably have to do a little bit neater of a job around the edges because you can still see like the pinker shade. But that makes, since this has that taupiness to it, that makes like a really pretty taupey pink color. So I really like that color combination. Last color is this deeper shade, and this is the one that I did my original wear test on, and it wore beautifully. I mean, I ate, drank, talked, and this held up through all of it, and like the only part it wore off was right here from eating. I wore it almost all day. This is Berry Recognize, and it's just this really beautiful, deeper berry shade. Maybe it's like a mid-tone berry shade, but it's a very beautiful wearable color. Oh, I loved this color. I love it. So this is the last shade, Berry Recognize. It's so pretty. This is probably one of my favorites for the berries. They do have like a brown shade, a hot pink, almost like fuchsia shade, a orange shade, a couple of different red shades. So 13 shades in the line. Honestly, I think you can't go wrong for $4.99. The formula is super comfortable, long wearing, transfer proof. I think these are amazing. I definitely recommend them, picking a few up. If you're unable to find them at your Walgreens, try shopping the Wet n Wild website. They do have them fully stocked on there, and you are able to get all the color selection that you want through the website. So if you don't feel like going store to store to store to try and find the colors you're looking for, just check there. Have you guys tried these? What do you think? Do you have like a favorite color? What do you think about the formula? Did you find that they weren't as drying on you? I'm curious to know what you guys think. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that before you leave so that you don't miss a video. If you click the little bell icon by it, that makes sure that my videos are sent to your notification feed. That way you will not miss one if I do upload. Thanks again for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.